I'm going to make you want to pee. Dripping faucets, leaky gutter, peeing.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 funniest Sheldon Cooper moments.
Have you suffered a recent blow to the head?
Hey, you don't have to be so mean.
I'm sorry. Have you suffered a recent blow to the head?
For this list, we'll be looking at all the times this eccentric genius made us laugh out loud. We'll be sticking strictly to Big Bang proper, so no young Sheldon here. What Sheldon moment makes you laugh the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Sheldon wants to make a baby. Following the success of him and Amy's experiment, Sheldon decides it's time to take the next step, make a baby.
Set up a second culture and try to replicate our results.
No. We lock that door, lower our underpants a little, and make a baby.
Amy's not quite there yet, so he spends the remainder of the episode trying to seduce her. This makes for some very entertaining moments that, to Amy, might seem sexy, but to us are just plain hilarious. Candlelight, brandy, smooth jazz, and, deer musk? Sheldon pulls out all the stops to impress his lady. But when that all fails, he pulls out the really big guns. Watching Sheldon dance flamenco is truly a sight to behold, and one that we'd happily watch repeatedly. Number 19. Sheldon is the Flash. If there's one thing for sure, it's that change is not welcome when Sheldon is around.
Look, I know our winter thermostat setting is 72 degrees, but I'm a little warm, so I'm gonna turn it down.
When Leonard turns down the thermostat, Sheldon imagines himself as the Flash racing to the Grand Canyon to vent his anger. This is not the only time we see the Flash as Sheldon's alter ego, as in a Season 2 episode, a coffee-filled Sheldon zooms around the living room in a bright red costume. But what makes this particular scene so funny is how his nonchalant response to Leonard completely contradicts the melodrama in his head.
Fine.
Number 18. Sheldon's Joker-esque smile. When most people smile, we feel warm and comforted. When Sheldon Cooper smiles, we wonder what evil scheme the Joker has up his sleeve. The guys learn this too when they ask Sheldon to show Raj support simply by smiling, and get this nightmarish grin in return.
Oh, crap, that's terrifying.
We're here to see Koothrappali, not kill Batman.
Poor Sheldon, he really does try, but some things simply don't come naturally to him. His expression says less, "I'm happy for you, Raj," and more, "I'm holding onto a dark secret and you should be very afraid."
But you didn't discover him. You merely noticed he was here, much like he did with 2008 and Q-Sub-17.
Sheldon?
Ugh, sorry.
We're not sure who was more relieved when he could finally drop the act, us or him. Number 17. Sheldon's knocks.
When I opened the door, I saw my father having relations with another woman.
That's awful.
I know. It's also why I never open a door without knocking 3 times.
In Season 10, we learn the sad origin story behind this running gag. However, before then and even after, it provides countless amusing moments. In fact, the writers were able to keep this recurring joke fresh by spicing it up and switching things around every now and then.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm the Flash. I just knocked 30,000 times.
While everyone will have their favorite iteration, there's no denying that some of the funniest ones occur when Penny's standing on the other side of the door. Indeed, watching her and Bernadette mess with Sheldon will always be funny.
Come in.
Bernadette!
Who knew something as simple as knocking on a door could provide such hilarity?
Come in.
Keep it up, I got nowhere else to be.
Number 16. Hanging out with James Earl Jones. We couldn't possibly talk about hilariously memorable guest spots without mentioning Sheldon's encounter with Stan Lee.
Do you think you can just ring my doorbell anytime you want? I mean, why don't you just come on in and watch the Lakers game with me?
Well, I'm not much of a sports fan, but thank you.
However, his wild adventure with the voice of Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, is absolutely priceless. Jones effortlessly matches Sheldon's enthusiasm and even takes it up several notches. He's not even put off by Sheldon's endless questions.
Is it true that you were pre-med in college and you almost became a doctor?
That's right.
Oh, James, I could listen to your stories all night.
The duo share a Ferris wheel ride, a trip to the sauna, and even engage in a bit of karaoke. If anything, watching Sheldon become more subdued as Jones pushes him further and further out of his comfort zone is absolutely hysterical. Although nothing's funnier than when they pull Ding Dong Ditch on Carrie Fisher.
It's not funny anymore, James!
Then why am I laughing?
Number 15, messing with Howard and Raj. Sheldon lives his life by a strict schedule, and everyone knows every detail of it, from when he visits the bathroom to which day of the week he's ordering Chinese takeout. So when Howard realizes there's an unaccounted for 20-minute window in this rigid daily routine, he and Raj obsessively try to get to the bottom of it.
I think it's an old storage room. What could he be doing in there every day for 20 minutes?
Well, he's not doing 20-minute abs because if he were, he'd have way better abs.
They even set up a secret camera to spy on their friend, and what they discover leaves them pretty shaken. The final touch to this epic prank is simple but brilliant.
Ow! It's hitting my face!
It's eating his face!
We guess that's what you get when you try and pull one over on Sheldon Cooper. Number 14, his rivalry with Will Wheaton. We first meet the Star Trek alum in Season 3, when Sheldon and Raj go up against him and Stewart in a Mystic Warlords of Ka tournament. Sheldon has a childhood vendetta against the actor and is seeking revenge. Only Will bests him by exploiting his love for his Meemaw.
I call my Meemaw Nana, and she's going to be very happy to hear that my small rock kills your enchanted bunny. Game over, moon pie.
This intensifies their rivalry, leaving Sheldon more determined than ever to crush the Wesley actor. Eventually, the pair make amends and become friends. Only that's challenged once again when Will and Amy clash over creative differences while filming Fun with Flags.
Listen, Sheldon, I'm really happy to do this for you, but not if she's going to be a huge pain in the ass the whole time.
You gonna let him speak to me like that?
Well...
Watching a drunk Shelley challenge Will to a fistfight will never stop being hilarious.
Sheldon, do you really think we're going to fight?
My fists are not up here because I'm milking a giant invisible cow.
Number 13, Sheldon versus Penny. While there have been many fights and rivalries throughout the show's run, few were funnier than this one. Penny's accidental blunder ignites a feud with Sheldon that begins with her banishment and escalates wildly, much to our amusement.
All right, that's it. Strike 3.
Ooh, strike 3. I'm banished? What the hell kind of crap is that?
Things reach a heated climax when Penny messes with laundry night, and Sheldon retaliates in a big way. We guess that's the problem with picking fights with physicists. You end up playing with forces beyond your ken.
Laundry night is always Saturday night.
Woman, you are playing with forces beyond your ken.
Who knows what else might have happened had Leonard not intervened with the ultimate secret weapon, Sheldon's mother. Their reconciliation is just as entertaining as their fight.
Well played.
Thank you.
Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Understood.
Number 12, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock.
How does it work?
Oh, it's very simple. Scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock, rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock, Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper, paper disproves Spock, Spock vaporizes rock, and as it always has, rock crushes scissors.
It's not unusual for Sheldon to butt heads with his friends when making plans, and he almost always gets his way. The audience first learns about rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock when it's used to settle a disagreement between Raj and Sheldon over what to watch on TV.
I'll tell you what, how about we go rock, paper, scissors?
Well, I don't think so. No. Anecdotal evidence suggests that in a game of rock, paper, scissors, players familiar with each other will tie 75 to 80% of the time due to the limited number of outcomes. I suggest rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Sheldon says the game, originally invented by Sam Cass and Karen Brila, is meant to lower the odds of a draw. However, when your friends are all big Star Trek fans, it may not have the right effect.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock!
Number 11. Sheldon's Precious. In a case of life imitating art, the guys become obsessed when they discover an actual Lord of the Rings ring in their possession. Sheldon goes especially hard in trying to claim ownership of the prop. He even attempts to pry it off a sleeping Penny, and well, we all remember how well that goes. After Leonard bows out, the others continue their fight, which gets pretty vicious. Eventually, Sheldon's the only one left holding the ring, or at least he dreams he is, leading to this comically terrifying sequence.
My love, my precious.
Of course, this isn't the only time movie memorabilia fuels one of Sheldon's nightmares. Number 10. Halloween pranks. We've seen Sheldon as the prankster, but isn't it so much funnier when he's the prank-e? Especially when he insists his friends don't possess the skills to surprise him.
He's probably right.
We can't beat him. He's just too smart.
Gentlemen.
Sheldon carefully plots his revenge, but his friends are always just one step ahead. Howard's brutal stunt is a particular highlight, especially as it leads to Sheldon accidentally shocking himself.
Trick or treat, bubble up.
What? No! You mean this was all a ruse? Oh, how could I be so stupid?
At least one of his practical jokes pans out by the episode's conclusion, even if the timing is bad. This isn't his only memorable Halloween payback prank, either. The sight of Sheldon in tight pants and a bowl haircut will live on in our minds rent-free forever.
Who wants to see a magic trick? Oh, that's right, no one.
Number 9. Sheldon plays the bongos. As previously stated, Sheldon's not a fan of change. So when he can't get his usual haircut from his regular barber, he starts questioning everything. Most of us might start by finding a new establishment or taking our friends up on their offer to do it. But not Sheldon.
There's new studies that show people in comas are aware of everything going on around them. With that in mind, if you can hear me, move away from the light and toward the sound of these scissors.
Eventually, Leonard and Penny persuade him to embrace the chaos, but they didn't know the chaos would be so loud. We don't know what's funnier, hearing Sheldon narrate everything while drumming away, or his bongo solo.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning is a good time for bongos.
I was sleeping.
Leonard sleeps while I play bongos.
Either way, this whole scene leaves us in stitches every time we watch it. It also teaches us a valuable lesson in bongo safety.
Never play bongos. Never scared.
Number 8. The parking spot fight. Sheldon doesn't drive, nor does he own a car. Yet he's furious to learn that his parking spot at the university has been reassigned to Howard.
Why do you have a parking spot? You don't have a car. You don't even drive.
It doesn't matter. That's my spot.
Maybe they reassigned it because you never use it.
Well, I'm not using my nipples either. Maybe I should reassign those.
After his very Sheldon-esque logic fails to win him the argument, the pair embark on an escalating feud, with each shot fired funnier than the last. At one point, Sheldon even comes home to find a nude Howard sitting in his spot. Ultimately, Sheldon relocates his office to the parking spot, but loses in the battle between vehicle and wheelie chair. But it's okay because he quickly finds another way to exact his revenge. We can't imagine where he got that idea.
Just breaking in your new car?
Stop that! You stop that!
Now, you know what they say. Revenge is a dish best served nude.
Number 7. Teaching Penny a little physics. Penny feels a little insecure when Bernadette bonds with Leonard over his work, so she turns to Sheldon for help. We soon discover that their definitions of a little physics differ vastly, and it all begins in ancient Greece.
The ancient Greeks, through Isaac Newton to Niels Bohr to Erwin Schrödinger to the Dutch researchers that Leonard is currently ripping off.
Sheldon turns out to be just the kind of teacher you'd expect. Bossy, arrogant, condescending, and not the least bit encouraging. It doesn't take long for both parties to get frustrated. When Penny bursts into tears, Sheldon tries comforting her in his own way, which is hilariously savage.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm stupid!
Well, that's no reason to cry. One cries because one is sad. For example, I cry because others are stupid and it makes me sad.
Like Penny, we don't learn very much, but we'll never forget that warm summer evening where we were looking up at the night sky.
Oh, balls.
It's a warm summer evening in ancient Greece.
Number 6. Becoming Shellbot. Sheldon has many wishes for his future. Unfortunately, many of them are unlikely to be feasible within his lifetime. After several failed attempts to alter his lifestyle and extend his lifespan, he opts for an approach that's a little more in his lane.
I shall remain in a secure location and interact with the world in this manner.
Really? That's your question? When did he put a ramp in?
Look, we all know Sheldon had robotic tendencies, but becoming an actual robot, or Shellbot, is certainly taking things up a level. That's not to say that robot life doesn't come with challenges.
Raj, be a lamb and open the door for me.
Oh, sure.
He's a lamb. You're not.
And Leonard would probably have better luck switching off the actual Sheldon. His virtual reality comes to a swift end when he spots Steve Wozniak at the Cheesecake Factory. Well, until it becomes a necessity again. Number 5. Meeting Stephen Hawking.
You still going to tell him about you-know-who?
Yep.
Still gonna introduce him?
Not on your life.
They say don't meet your heroes, but when Howard tells Sheldon that he'll be working with Stephen Hawking, Sheldon will do anything to meet his idol. Howard takes advantage of Sheldon's desperation and thinks up a bunch of humiliating tasks to give his friend. But the most embarrassing moment for Sheldon is when he finally meets Professor Hawking and presents him with a paper he wrote.
Professor Hawking, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you, sir.
I know.
Sheldon is quickly brought down to earth when the famous physicist points out an arithmetic error. In fact, he literally hits the ground as he faints from humiliation.
Oh, gosh golly, I made a boo-boo. And I gave it to Stephen Hawking.
Great. Another fainter.
Number 4. Sheldon Gets Drunk. Getting up in front of a crowd isn't easy for most people, and even Dr. Sheldon Cooper gets stage fright.
I can't do this. I'm going to faint.
Right here, drink this. It'll relax you.
Alcohol? I don't drink alcohol.
Fine, faint.
When Sheldon is expected to give a speech while accepting an award, his friends try to help him overcome his fear. But when that fails, Penny turns to alcohol to ease his nerves.
I'm ready!
This is not the first time the friends have slipped Sheldon a little something, so we know that the results will be hilarious.
I'm back!
But even though it's memorable for the audience, it's not so memorable for Sheldon, as it takes a YouTube video the following morning to remind him of the night's performance.
If we had access to higher dimensions, we could move our pants around our bodies through the fourth dimension. And our days of dropping trousers would be over.
Number 3, Penny and Sheldon sing Soft Kitty. Getting sick is never fun, but at least we can always sing Soft Kitty to make it better.
Sing Soft Kitty to me.
In this episode, a drugged-up Penny convinces Sheldon to sing the song to her after she dislocates her shoulder. Penny tries to jazz it up by demanding they sing it in as a round.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. So that's where you come in. I'll start over.
After a little bit of reluctance, Sheldon goes along with it, but it's his face of confusion and shock that makes this version of the song so memorable. It seems to work though, as Penny looks positively delighted at the end of the song. All together now.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur.
Warm kitty,
Happy
little ball
kitty,
of fur.
sleepy kitty,
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr.
Number 2, the best Christmas gift.
Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm not giving you a present.
No, he's too late. I see it. That elf sticker says to Sheldon.
Sheldon and Penny's bond never fails to provide us with laughs. Much to Sheldon's annoyance, Penny has bought him a Christmas present, so he devises a plan to ensure that whatever he gets her is of equal value.
I'll look up the price of her gift online, choose the basket closest to that value, give it to her, and then I'll return the others for a full refund.
However, Sheldon gets more than he bargained for when he unwraps a napkin signed and used by Leonard Nimoy.
A napkin.
Turn it over.
To Sheldon, live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy.
Totally overwhelmed, Sheldon gives Penny all the gift baskets he can carry, but also shows his gratitude with a hug, despite his well-known aversion for human contact. It's a Saturnalia miracle.
It's not enough, is it? Here.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Sheldon befriends a bird. Sheldon's willing to take his new buddy under his wing, but
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Sheldon.
How could he do this to me?
Get back here, you stupid bird, so I can love you!
Sheldon gets sick. To quote Sheldon's former roommate, "Run fast, run far."
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Little ball of fur. Keep rubbing.
The Doppler effect costume. This moment is always funny no matter in what frequency we've heard it.
I don't care if anybody gets it. I'm going as the Doppler effect.
No, it's not.
If I have to, I can demonstrate. Meow.
Sheldon sings Fiddler on the Roof. We'll always say la ha ha hi-am to this moment.
L'chaim to life. Life has a way of amusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink l'chaim to life.
Drunk dialing Stephen Hawking. Hey, we've all been there.
That's even more fun than Geo. Hey, did you see the Lego movie?
What a jackass.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the ball pit of bazingas.
Sheldon, what the hell are you doing?
Same thing I've been doing for 3 days, trying to figure out why electrons behave as if they have no mass when traveling through a graphene sheet.
Sheldon is stressed, sleep-deprived, and stumped by science. In a desperate attempt at a breakthrough, he breaks into a ball pit, and security calls Leonard to help remove Sheldon from the premises.
If you don't come out of there, I'm gonna have to drag you out.
You can try, but you'll never catch me.
Leonard tries to coax his roommate out, but when Sheldon refuses, he's forced to dive in. Leonard's attempt to dig his way through the ball pit is funny, but Sheldon's childlike stubbornness will have you in stitches. In fact, an extended scene at the end of the episode shows that even Jim Parsons struggled to keep a straight face. Bazinga.
Bazinga. Bazinga!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.